Good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the Monday market briefing. Got some stuff lined up for everyone. Just going to give people a bit of time to get into the room. So, introductions, please. Names and wherever you're calling in from would be great. It's been a pretty decent start to the month of February so far for trading. Last week, admittedly, was a little bit slow, but the first week was very good. Second week was pretty good as well. Last week we teetered off a little bit, but it's been pretty good. Overall, it's been pretty good so far. It has been pretty good. So looking forward to getting stuck in and sourcing some market opportunities with you. So I'm just going to give you guys a little bit more time to get in, and then we'll start. Last week we did 438 pips. In the forexsignals.com room. That is just me, by the way, just the signals from me. Obviously there were signals released from Andrew as well, and trade ideas from Mark as well, the other two mentors. It's like I said, it's been teetering off a little bit. It was a little bit of a slower week last week. Had a lot of work going on in the background for me personally, but we still managed to take 438 pips from the market with the positions that you see behind here. Some pretty good ones. We did a really nice trade idea on oil. Another one was on BTC as well. That one was on Friday, I believe. Did another one on EuroCAD here. So it's not too bad at all, actually. Not too bad. So far for the month of February, we're doing really well. Really, really well. So yeah, it's not too bad, guys. Not too bad. So I've been looking at a couple of market opportunities to come on here with, just for the sake of coming on here and having something to talk about. Maxwell, hello there. Hey Maxwell, good to see you. So just have something to talk about. So we've actually been going through a couple of trade ideas in the room just a moment ago when I did my afternoon analysis with the guys at Forex Signals. So we do have some stuff to be talking about. First of all, guys, the Swiss yen. Okay, this is a trade idea that if those of you who are at your computers right now, we can take this trade. Okay, we have got the entry criteria. We've had a successful break, close and retest of the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. We open up with a bullish candlestick underneath the 80 EMA, and this follows my forms of analysis and my precision sniper system very well. We've got a little bit of a gap that's formed here on the 4 hour time frame, so I should imagine that's going to get closed. But again, this is looking really good to the downside. Now, the theory behind this trade is because we are trading at previous highs. So we're taking a counter trend trade, considering the trend at the moment is to the upside. This is a reversal trade, but we're only looking for a target profit 55 pips south. Okay? Finny, good to see you, mate. So we're only looking for a TP 55 pips south, guys. Okay, so that's at the 113 level where our TP is. So this one is looking really, really good. I'm happy with that across the board. It looks great. It does look really, really good to the downside, that Swiss yen. So if anybody's interested in the Swiss yen, that is a potential trade idea for you guys to get stuck into. Remember, you should not be following signals blindly. You should have some kind of understanding of the system being used, or maybe you're following your own system and rules. But my bias is Swiss yen short. Okay. Now, I know without a shadow of a doubt there is going to be some gold members in the room, some people that enjoy trading the gold commodity. So gold at the moment is absolutely blindingly strong. Okay, we have got so much development going on at the moment with the coronavirus. Over the weekend, even more came into light. We've had confirmed cases elsewhere in the Eurozone now as well. Stock market uncertainty is high, okay? There is a lot of uncertainty in the markets. We've already seen the decline in the stocks in the S&P, in the US 30, in the DJ. Okay, we can already see the signs here in the markets, guys, okay? And all of those investors, all the investors' confidence is it's a risk, okay? So there's a lot of risk there. They're going from the stock market and they're piling their money into the gold commodity as it is a safe haven. Okay, and this is therefore why we are getting these huge surges in energy to the upside in gold. Now, I would not suggest anybody try and pick tops in gold. Okay, I would not say to anyone that I think it's a good idea going short gold at the moment. I just don't think it's wise, guys. Okay, so what I would be suggesting is for price action when it pulls back. Okay, when we get these nice pullbacks, we get these little bit, these little pullbacks and stuff. Get into your long positions then and start building up the long positions. Don't try and catch the top of the gold commodity, because at this stage we could be seeing 1800. There's even a member inside our community that's that's got a target of 20k for gold. Okay, 2k sorry for gold. So I'm very much long gold, guys, and I would suggest you all do the same as well, because without a shadow of a doubt, we are long, green, and strong across all of the time frames. Okay, it's looking great to the upside on that one. Next up, guys, another commodity here. Okay, we've got oil. So oil at the moment is doing fantastically well. I actually took a trade last week on oil to the upside. That trade was from here up to this move here. We were actually closing a weekly ATMA gap. So when I say that, I don't mean the alphabetic 8. Sorry, I mean the numeric 8, and that is this yellow line here. Okay, now last week I had the bias that price was going to come up and close the gap between the current candlestick and this yellow line, and that is exactly what price action has done. Come up, close the gap. From that stage on, we have got this absolutely beautiful push to the downside. Now the Canadian dollar is also quite weak at the moment, and it's dragging oil down with it. So oil shorts are looking great at this stage. I would probably be waiting for a pullback in the commodity before taking the short. So I would not suggest going short right at this level. I'd be more of the frame of mind of price action coming back up, closing this gap here, and then continuing to the downside from there. But should price action come up and close that gap successfully, take the shorts down to 49.90, I would say on that one. Okay, so US oil shorts after the pullback has been completed looks wonderful. Something I would be very interested in doing myself. Something that I will be suggesting the guys do in the Forex Signals community. So what else? USD CAD at the moment doing really, really well to the upside. I'm waiting for a daily break and close above this descending level, this red level here. If we get a break and a close above it with a successful retest, I will be looking at taking longs in the USD CAD up to 133.60 and 133.80. This is not a huge trade by any means. You're only looking at about 60 or 80 pips north of where market price is now. However, should the criteria come on side and using correct risk management, you're going to be making a nice buck for your weekend beers or whatever you want to do with your money thereafter. Okay, it looks pretty good. We're coming down for a pullback as we speak. I should imagine price action is going to be coming back down, testing out 32.70, maybe 132.60, and then continuing on north from there. Now let's have a look at these pound pairs. Okay, because the pound's been all over the place today. So pound Oz, not really a whole deal going on there actually. Doesn't look too interesting, the pound Oz. The pound's not very strong at the moment, but the Australian dollar is equally not really doing anything, which is why we get this consolidated form of price action like we do here. We got these ups, downs, and so on. I think we've got the pound yen, which is probably one of our winners. Pound yen's done very nicely today. We've had a beautiful push off to the downside. From the morning session, from the 6 a.m. candlestick, we've fallen so far about 110 pips, and it's still pushing on from there, folks. Okay, so still looking quite nice to the downside, that one. This is in our analysis report this week, okay, folks? So we're actually looking for a rejection of the supply and demand zone. We're looking for price to continue down to 142/142.20. Okay, so that's something else that I'm a big fan of at the moment. Pound yen shorts. So what else have we got going on? Let's have a look through. Euro Oz doing very well. Euro NZD. Euro NZD could be quite interesting. Just trading where it is at the moment. What we got up here? Euro doing pretty well. NZD's pushing north as well at the same time. Could be looking for a breakout here. We could potentially be looking for a breakout actually in this Euro NZD pair. If we get a break, close and retest above, okay, we could be looking for north trades from there, okay? It's a little bit of a longer term play, not so much of an intraday trade, but equally, it'd be quite nice. If we get the break and close above, and let's say above 171.40, then price action comes back down to retest this. We could execute trades about here at 171.80. Target profit would be up there just below that high. Your stop loss, you're probably going to be looking at about, I'd probably have my stop there, I reckon, probably at about 168.70. You could have it down here and do a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio on it, but I don't think there's any need because we have the dynamic support in terms of the 200 and the 50 period moving average underneath price. We also have this confirmed level of supply and demand underneath price. So if you can imagine, the 200 EMA is going to be grinding along like this, the 50 period moving average is going to be coming along like this, and we've got the supply and demand, the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA all inside our stop loss. So I only think you need about a 1.6, I only think you need about 240 pips stop on that and a 1.62 to 1 risk reward ratio. That, guys, looks like a pretty nice trade idea. I would certainly be marking out this as well as a potential area of supply and demand. So we could get price action continuing back up there. So yeah, Euro NZD long, another potential one for us. Another one potential for you guys as well to take away with you, following the criteria. You know, guys, for those of you who are in the group at the moment and you don't really understand what I'm talking about break, close and retest or anything like that, these are simple but very effective forms of analysis that I use inside the Forex Signals community on a daily basis, okay? So our members inside the room have a good understanding of what I mean. I mean, you can see the gentleman in the room at the moment, Finbar Mira, in the messages. He is a forexsignals.com community member, and he will have a good understanding of what I mean by the criteria to enter into these trades. If you don't, then I suggest you come over and test us out for a week, and then you can find out for yourselves just about how to go around executing these trades. Any opinions on the USD yen? Sure, let's take a look. So USD yen at the moment, we had a massive surge, didn't we, last week? A bloody huge surge from the yen absolutely collapsing. So at the moment, we are coming down for the retest of this, the upper limit of the channel, okay? So I've been following this channel for quite some time with the euro yen, and we see all of these touch points along here of price action failing to break and close above. Now we do get the confirmed break, close above this yellow line. What I'm waiting for is a retest. Now the benefit of the retest is to give you the probabilities, to give you the confidence that price is indeed continuing in the way you think. Okay, now I was just talking about this a moment ago as well in the market briefing I did inside the trading room. Now, retail traders, okay, let's say the market price action is like that at the moment. Okay, let's say that is our current candlestick. How many retail traders around the world do you think are going to be getting sweaty palms thinking this market's never going to stop going to the upside? We're at the beginning of the biggest move we've ever seen, and they're all taking their longs at 112. Okay, everyone would be doing it. Okay, you've got to think, guys, 90% of retail traders lose money in the financial markets. Okay, 90%. There is a reason for that, and the common denominator is that nobody is waiting for any level to be retested. Okay, that is not the only reason. Of course, it's not the only reason. But by waiting for the break, close and retest methodology to play out, you know, or you'll have a damn good idea when price action is going to be continuing to the upside, or if it's going to be a fake out and price action is going to actually break back underneath this level and continue to the downside. You know, if you think about all of these waves in the market, how many people are going to be taking longs up at each of these areas along here, okay, below this level? Everybody's going to be doing it. The idea is that we wait for the retest, and if price action rejects the level that it's just broken above, so in this case, this yellow line, if price breaks, closes, and retests it, and then continues on north, then we know price action is going to continue up from there because price has retested the level it's just broken through. So it's a very, very effective form of analysis and a great entry criteria. And the BCR doesn't apply just for my personal trading system, the sniper system that you can see on the chart at the moment in the lower bottom half of the screen. It applies to all trading systems. So you don't have to follow me in particular In order to get that confluence, all you need to do is just wait for price to break, close, retest, and then continue on, and you can execute your trades upon the second bullish candlestick of the move. Now, anyway, back on track, and actually what I think of the USD yen. We are in the middle of the retest, as I've just been talking about a moment ago. Okay, as soon as the retest comes down and it hits this yellow bar, if we close above it and then open up with a new bullish candlestick, I am going to be long the USD yen. At the moment, I'm not anything the USD yen, because the USD yen for me is still in the motion of doing the pattern. And if it doesn't complete the pattern, then it's going to be falling back down, and we're going to test out 109 again, and I'm going to be short the USD yen while everybody else is long. Okay, because I followed the break, close, and retest pattern. So wait to see a green candlestick close above this yellow bar. Okay, Tengu, if you wait for a green bar to close above that yellow line, then you're going to be good to take longs. What about oil? I've actually already done oil, mate. I've already visited though. So oil for me is short. My target profit for oil is going to be 49.90. But I should say, okay, we only want to be taking shorts in oil once price action pulls back. So on the 4-hour time frame here, price action pulls back, and then we execute shorts to the downside. Okay, so don't take a short yet. Take the short once the gap is being closed. Okay, once this price action comes back up, retest this area, and then you get in for your shorts. Okay, but my overall bias is short in US oil, without a doubt. What else have we got going on at the moment? Let's look at NZD CAD. So NZD CAD, guys. Okay, this is another interesting one. Okay, so Andrew Lockwood is actually got a long trade signal on this at the moment. Now, I don't know if the pending order he set up is actually triggered, but I am also long, and I'm also releasing a trade signal on it. Now, we've got very different forms of analysis. We don't use the same system, but both of our systems are telling us that this is going to be a potential bounce point for the NZD CAD and a counter trend trade. Okay, so Andrew's target profit, he's looking for something a little bit more longer term. I'm looking for the intraday level up there at 84.50, so about 50 pips north of where we currently are at market price now. This is actually panning out as we speak, guys. We've just got the break, the close. We get the retest of the level that we've just broken and closed above, and now it looks like we are going to be closing with a bullish candlestick. Okay, so this is exactly why we want to be waiting for this BCR, because if I was to take a long trade here, for example, okay, and I did not follow the BCR, upon the retest of this level, price action could have broken and closed back underneath the 50 and continued on to 83.60, stopping me out of the trade. But instead, I'm patient. I wait for the break, the close, and the retest. As soon as I see that first bullish candlestick, I can then execute my long straight up to my target profit of 84.50 and take my 50 pips from the NZD CAD. Okay, so NZD CAD long looks really, really good. Something I'm going to be releasing to the Forex Signals trade room shortly. All right, guys. Right, let's have a look. What else is going on? Pound NZD. It's not really doing too much at the moment. Right, BTC. It's not really doing too much at the moment either. Aussie NZD. As a community member in the Forex Signals trade room at the moment, this taken a long on Aussie NZD, or maybe he hasn't executed it yet, but he is looking at a long right back up to here at 108 and 108.50 at this supply and demand zone. Okay, so that could be a very, very nice trade idea. I like this one as well, except I'm just waiting to see what happens around this 50, because if price breaks and closes back underneath it, probably going to be retesting the lows again down at 103.30. But the fact still remains we have bounced nicely from the supply and demand zone down here, and it does look like a very, very nice opportunity for 300 to 400 pips north on that one. CAD yen falling off the edge of a cliff at the moment. CAD's very, very weak and the yen's doing nicely. So yeah, potential trade idea there as well. Want to wait to see what happens around this 4-hour 50. If we get a break and close through it, but we could very much, guys, we could be looking for a move straight back down to 81.60, which again would be quite a nice trading opportunity. Even if you waited for a break and a close under the 200, you're still looking at about 140 pip trade on that one. So the CAD yen short is looking quite nice as well. Aussie dollar short. Well, I mean, the Aussie dollar, without a doubt, it's in a bear market. Yeah, it's, without a shadow of a doubt, very, very strong bear market at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So what I'm waiting for here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, breaking this down. So what I'm waiting for here is to see the retest of this level that we've just broken through. Okay, so I'm waiting to see a break, close, retest, and then short from there. Okay. So that's exactly what I'm expecting to happen. So over the course of this week, I'm expecting Aussie dollar to potentially rise back up to 66.75. And then when we get from 66.75, if we open up with the next bearish candlestick, we execute our trades about here. And then we take our trade back down to there. Now, the stop loss for this is going to be above the previous high. And it's going to swallow the 50 period moving average. So the trade idea would look something like this. Okay, that would be the trade idea. 1.72 to 1 risk reward ratio. Yeah, so that one's also looking pretty good at the moment. Okay, but we're not there yet. It's a trade idea that will be set up for, next couple of days. It'll probably be next week. It'll probably be next week by the time we actually think about exiting that. Now the target profit for this is taken from this area here. Okay, that's where the target profit's taken from, an area where price action is tested numerous times in the past. And if we go back, we can even see price action testing it right back here as well on the way to the upside. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then we get the break in the close above. So it's got high probability validity, that level. So yeah, just waiting for that break, close, and retest to pan out, and then we can get into the trade. So I've got about 6 minutes left, guys. Is there anything else that anyone wants me to look at while I'm on? I'm absolutely fine to do so. No one? No questions? Everybody knows exactly what they're doing, do they? I hope so. I really do. That would make me a happy man if everybody is going to make loads and loads of money this week. Pound NZD. Alright, let's have a look at that. Pound NZD. So, Pound NZD at the moment is very much like most of the pound pairs. I mean, these little intraday moves, they're doing well. They're doing quite nicely. You have the opportunity here from trading from previous highs and previous lows. You've got about a 100 pip margin there for the trade. It's not bad. It is a little bit tight, bearing in mind the pound NZD will do 100 pips in a couple of bars. I think longer term view, I would still be bullish the pound NZD. I mean, we get this, we've made a really nice significant higher high now. We've traded up to this level here, okay? And that high was made back in October 2019. So I think following a bit of a price action pullback that we're currently in the middle of, I think we could very well continue to the upside. I mean, it really depends on the pound here, guys. Not necessarily just the NZD, but it depends what the pound's going to be doing. And the pound is absolutely flooded with fundamentals at the moment, which is going to be having a detrimental impact to the currency itself. Hey Tarek, no worries, mate. No worries. DAX. Yeah, let's check out the DAX before I go for sure. So crashing at the moment, crashing out hard. Okay, just like most of the stock market at the moment, guys. Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. Okay, risk appetite, coronavirus making people worried, coronavirus making people uncertain, giving them fear. Okay, so the markets, money's coming out of the stocks. It's going into the gold. Okay, it's going into gold, safe haven commodity. Okay, it's where people go when they're worried, which is why the price rises. Now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, if there was a cure that was easy as anything to be mass produced, like a vaccine to be mass produced, and it came out tomorrow, this would look very different. Okay? If we had a vaccine for the coronavirus, it cured everyone, it only took an hour to cure, all good news, this bar would be flying right back up to the upside. Okay? And we would be continuing on in the bull trend. Okay, this is all riding on risk uncertainty. Okay, it's all riding on the fact of risk appetite within the markets at the moment. Okay, so what I'm saying is I really would not suggest going short the stock market. Okay, any of the stock indices at the moment. Intraday trading, you definitely got a little bit of an opportunity, make a couple of pips, but I wouldn't be long term short. Okay, no way would I be long term short at the moment on any of these markets. Don't get me wrong, it's a bloody nice move that it's had. I mean, we've dropped 5%. We've dropped 5%, 676 pips in the space of a few days. Okay, so it's done exceptionally well. But remember again, guys, every retail trader in the world is going to be short the stock market. Okay, every retail trader in the world is going to be short the stock market. They're going to still be executing fresh shorts now. Okay? Don't fall into the trap of what anybody else says. If you've got a friend or a family member who's trading and he says, oh, I'm short the stock market, it's doing really well at the moment, don't listen to it. Follow your own rules, follow your own criteria. At the moment, the DAX in particular is above a supply and demand zone. Okay? A big one. A supply and demand zone that has bounced the market every single time we've been down here. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the 5th time that we're coming up to. Okay? I would be under the impression that the DAX is going to get to this area here. The big boys, the big institutions are going to be coming into play. They're going to be rubbing their hands together thinking, oh boy, we've got a lot of retail traders liquidity in here. Okay? And I'm going to go feeding. Remember, they are the sharks and you guys are the minnows, okay? So just be very, very cautious about this. I'm not a chance in hell I would be short the stock market right now. Not the DAX, not the S&P, not the DJ, none of it, okay? No way. This is very much a bull market. It still is very much a bull market. What about the euro dollar? It's actually 230, guys. So I need to wrap this up. I will do the euro dollar and the euro Oz though. I will stay on and do those two, but then I need to get going. So let's have a look. Euro Oz first. Okay, so the euro Oz is doing exceptionally well. Okay, we are currently trading. We are currently trading directly beneath a tripwire. Okay, now for those of you who do not know what a tripwire is a key area that is in the same angle of the trend that has been used by previous price as a bounce point or a turning point in the market. Okay, now as you can see here, prices hit this level numerous times, and every time in the past we had a surge to the upside that was 1,200 pips. We had a surge from it the second time that was 750 pips. We had a surge from it the third time here, which was 876 pips. And then we finally get the break in the close beneath it. Now the rejection that we've had from here was down there at 284. We then got another rejection from it here as well, which is to the downside at 300. Okay, so I would be very cautious about going long the Euro Oz at this stage. Remember what I've spoken about today in terms of the break, the close, and the retest. If we get a break, close, and retest, then I would be taking long in the Euro Oz up to the previous high level there of 166. That would be my TP. However, if we reject this level, then I would be short the Euro Oz back down to this level down here at 161. Okay, so you got 166 for long targets, you have 161 for short targets. Two different trade opportunities. All you're doing is waiting to see what happens inside this box, which is the golden box of opportunity. And finally, the Euro USD. So the Euro USD at the moment is my favorite forex instrument in the world. Is doing pretty much bugger all. Okay, we have come down for a nice move. We get a little bit of a surge of energy to the upside, probably moved up about 50-60 pips, and we're now trading underneath the 50 EMA. The dollar is weakening off, the euro is underneath its 50, but it's gaining a few bids. Frankly, guys, not a fan of the Euro USD at all. Okay, we've got a very strong bear market. We are trading very heavily underneath the moving averages here. I mean, look at the 200. It's almost like a straight line. Okay, so I'm still going to remain short for the Euro USD. Don't see any evidence to suggest that there's going to be a counter trend trade opportunity. Counter trend trading opportunity coming into play here. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up there. We're now at 2:32 GMT. So folks, I hope you have enjoyed this afternoon's session. Hopefully there's been something in it for everyone. There is a couple of market opportunities to be keeping your eyes peeled on this week. So I'm going to wish you all the best of luck. Remember, guys, as well, if you want to come and test the room out, you don't have to pay anything. So just come in and test it out. Even if you want to come and use us for some signals for a week, why not? Okay, so take care, good luck, and trade safe, folks. I'll see you soon.